Hey guys, Randy Arias here. Today I want to share with you something that happened to me on multiple occasions, okay? Now I've been in school now for a long time, and in the time that you're in school, you're always being told to present something or to stand up in class and, speak to the class and present yourself or do some kind of project, you name it. Or if you're in the business world, you have to present some kind of chart or something of that nature. And what I want to tell you is that 93% of our communication is body language, and only 7% is actual spoken words. And so what I want to share with you is 9 things that you should avoid in order to show that you're confident and avoid showing that you're not confident. Okay, so I want to jump right into it. The first thing is crossing your arms. Okay, this is a big common mistake that most people do. And that is, when you feel uncomfortable, you cross your arms. Okay, if you're in a situation and, on a social place where you're talking to different people, but your arms are crossed like this, it shows that you're not open. And this is especially something you want to avoid when you're talking to women. This says, don't get close, don't get near. Don't, I'm not comfortable around you, or that's what this means, okay? And again, that's something you want to avoid when it comes to job interviews or any kind of social thing, period, okay? Because that just shows that you're not open to the world and you're not comfortable, okay? So that's number 1. Number 2, fidgeting, okay? Fidgeting is when you're talking to somebody and you're just like moving around and, you're non-stable. You're just constantly moving. You may be talking, but you're like fidgeting, that you want to avoid, because again, it just shows that you're not a confident person. Okay, number 3, looking down. Okay, and that goes both for when you're walking and when you're just standing. If you're standing and you're looking down at something, it shows that you're not a confident person because you're hiding your neck. For some reason, hiding your neck shows that you're not a confident person. Confident people, if you notice, have a very exposed neck. It's showing that they're not afraid. They're open to whatever it is that's going on. And so that's something that we want to avoid. Looking down when you walk, it's very, very, it shows that you're not confident. It shows that you're weak, you're beta, okay? Number 4, okay? Number 4 is posture, okay? Now this is posture both when you sit down and when you're standing. And this is something that took me a while to learn. And I actually, I used to mess up my posture because I used to think I was taller than most people back in middle school. And so growing up, I started to hunch over trying to match other people's height. And so that was hurting me. And so when I understood what was going on, I changed it. So what you want to do is you want to roll your shoulders back. You want to expose your neck. And this is how you stand. This is posture. When you sit down, this is how you sit down, with this kind of posture, okay? It shows that you're confident and then you're open. You're not crossing your arms. You're just open. Anytime you're open like this, like you're not afraid. I'm open. Come to me. That's basically what you're saying, okay? Number 5 is tense. Okay, you don't want to be tense. This is something you want to avoid. And by that I mean, you don't want to seem like your shoulders are up because you're tense, your facial, you want to relax. So a good trick to do is to raise your hands all the way up, breathe, and release as you exhale. Okay? And so when you do this, you're making your arms like spaghetti, your shoulders drop. And that's where you want to be. This is your starting position when you talk to people. Very confident. If you want to use your hands, that's okay, but you're open. You're not closed. You're not doing something like this. You're not covering. You're not hiding. You're open, okay? That's big one. Number 5, which is tense. Number 6, walking fast, okay? Walking fast has been known to be a beta characteristic, which is a weak man, okay, a weaker man. And so you don't want to do that. And that applies to women also. A woman that walks really fast, it doesn't show confidence. As an alpha male or an alpha female, you walk at your own pace, and that pace is usually slower. you know, you let your arms hang and they just flow like if they were heavy because you're confident. You're confident. You're not in a rush. Nothing's in a rush for you. You are making your own time. And that's the thing with walking. If you walk fast, especially looking down, you're looking not, you know, confident. And that's what we're trying to avoid. Okay? Number 7, don't rub yourself. I know some of the women are going to have the hardest times with this. But rubbing yourself is a sign that you're not, you know, comfortable with yourself. You're almost telling yourself it's going to be okay. And what I mean by rubbing yourself is something like this, where you're like rubbing yourself, or like you're like rubbing your finger, and it's something as small as this exudes that you are not confident. You don't believe in yourself. So don't rub yourself. Number 8, covering your genitals. Okay, so like when you put your hands like this and you put them on your, you know, your genital area, it's almost like a stand. And you may think this is a good stand, but it's not. It shows that you're hiding something. Okay, and I know you can't see me in the camera, but basically this is my hands covering my genital area. You know, sort of like this stance. This says you're not confident. This is a big thing to avoid. Another one is your hands are up. Behind you. This says you got nothing to hide, but it's not a confident stance, okay? So that's number 8. Number 9, this is a good one, and I almost touched on it a little bit, and that's just shrugging your shoulders, you know, being tense, blaming gestures, sort of like, you know, when you go like this and you go like that. This is a weak gesture. This means, this open palms like this means you're submitted, you're submissive. You know, a lot of the apes, I don't know if you watched the movie Planet of the Apes, you know, they go like this and then the guy goes like that, and that gives them like, okay, go ahead and do that. It's being submissive. It's a trait of being submissive. So when you go like this, and to make it worse, if you shrug your shoulders, it's like you don't know and you're being submissive. 2 bad qualities that no confident person should ever have. And so these are the 9 things. I want to touch on them one last time. Number 1, crossing your arms, covering up. Number 2, fidgeting, okay? Number 3, looking down, either when you walk or just when you're standing. Number 4, posture. You know, keep your shoulders back, head high, neck exposed. Being tense. You want to be very relaxed when you talk. You want to be very relaxed when you stand, okay? Number 6, you don't want to be walking fast. You want to keep your own pace. Usually, the slower you walk, the more confident you seem. Number 7, don't rub your hands, okay? It's not okay. Oh, on that note, I do want to share this. Steeple is what it's called, steeple. It's when you do this. This is a sign of confidence. You know, something like this. This is a high one. Then you can bring it low like this. But this finger right here, this hand gesture is a sign of confidence. So replace your rubbing your hands with a stipple if you have to touch your hands, because this is confident. Okay? Number 8, cover your genitals. Do not cover your genitals, you know, with your hands or, you know, just anything with a hat or nothing crazy like that. Just don't cover that area because it shows that you're not being confident. And number 9, avoid wimpy gestures, sort of like giving in, you know, being submissive with your hands like this, especially if you raise your shoulders. So again, guys, these are the 9 things to avoid if you want to develop a confident body language when you speak. And so I try when I speak to you to show that I'm open. My neck is exposed, my shoulders are back, I'm very relaxed, I'm open to you. So hopefully what I say to you comes off more of a confident stance. I hope you liked the video, I hope you learned something, and I will see you with the next one. Thank you.